Welcome in Advice Pod. My name's Kyle. It's my friends Raysean and Sam. And we are talking, for some reason, about freelancing today. So, freelancing when your client is a friend is extremely frustrating. I have been freelancing for a while, and honestly, I prefer to work.
Hey!
What?
Remember to tell them to like the video.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like the video. Please like it. Raysean just scared the shit out of me. I have been freelancing for a while, and honestly, I prefer to work more with strangers than friends. When I work with a new client, I set my rates, my scope of work, and they respect that because I'm making it clear from the beginning. But now I am starting to work with a friend who started her own business, and God, I am frustrated. I gave her a quote, and she said, "Oh, we don't need all that. I think we can reduce the quote to this." Okay, I agreed. It seemed like the scope of work was smaller, but since she was my friend, she feels comfortable asking me to be on sporadic meetings or constantly reaching out to me over text, and she isn't paying me for that. I am supposed to work on a website, and she doesn't even give me a style guide to start my work. She says, just pick whatever colors, it's fine. We can change that later. Like, what the hell? It'll be more work later on. The informality of our friendship really makes me frustrated because mixed with business, it's disorganized and chaotic. What can I do? If I become more strict with my time and tell her that she will need to pay me for being in meetings or chatting for hours, she probably won't like it, but I feel that I have to do this.
Well, man, it sounds like you're going to have to get some balls and just tell her the truth. Because, I mean, other than that, you're just going to be on her beck and call. And I don't know what else to tell you. And that's the hard thing working with friends because they want the discount, but they still want the same product as if they paid the full price. So that's the crazy thing about it. But I always feel like if you are a true friend, you're willing to pay that person's price because you want to support them. Like, I hate people that's like, they want to get a service from you, but then it's like, but can I get it at this price? Or can I do it at this price? And you're like, I wouldn't do that for no other person. Like you know what you're trying to do, but would you do that at your job? Like, that's what I hate when people try to get that bullshit off on people. So I'm going to tell you, best advice is you need to get some balls, call her over the phone, tell her what's going on. And then after that, say, if you're not willing to pay it, either we're going to have to lay out the terms of what you are willing to do for the price she gave you. And if she's able to abide by that, then yeah, go with that. But if she's not and still willing and wants you to be like up and above, then you should cancel it and send her to someone else.
Kick her in the vagina. But what I love about you, Ray, is you are so just like cut to the chase, like right up front. Like she said in the beginning of the post, you set expectations in the scope of work with a new client. And I feel like you set expectations in the scope of work with a friendship. You know what I mean? Like, you do not fuck around and just tell people how you feel. And I respect that about you. And I feel like it would translate well into a freelancer career. Sam, what do you got?
So here's the thing. She already screwed up, right? Of, hey, we're going to do this thing and, oh, you have a different opinion? Okay, I'm your friend. I'm going to listen. No, you're the professional. You come in and say, this is exactly my quote, my proposal. Here's what we're going to do and why. And you have to set the boundaries early on. Now, here's the thing. She already screwed up. Again, hard to backtrack that, right? What she could do is pretend like she has a boss, someone above her that is like, oh, they're saying no, we can't do this, even if that person doesn't exist.
I feel like that's a poor lie, though, because they're friends already. She'd be like, bitch, you don't have a boss. You work from home for yourself for the last 5 years. What do you mean? That's why I hired you. Well, yeah, I know. If my company got bought out by some random CEO type.
I was freelancing, and now here I'm doing this thing. And yeah, so that's a way to get out of it.
On material prices and stuff, and be like, oh yeah, the materials I need and everything, prices went up, so it's going to be a little bit higher.
She's not building like that.
You have to have your rhyme and reason behind. Here's what I'm suggesting.
I don't know what is she actually getting from her.
She's like building a website and helping her do marketing stuff and shit like that.
I mean, we'll say that shit went up. The domain name.
She has to be confident of like, here's what I'm suggesting. Here's what we need. Here's why. You don't know anything. That's why you're hiring me. We're going to do this.
Or give her what she paid for. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you want, but
Ooh.
this is what you're actually paying for. So unless you want to pay me for this, you're getting this. And that's how it is, and walk away. Like, I don't really think it should be no more talking and no negotiation. Because that's where you
Yeah.
fucked up when you started negotiating your prices in the beginning. When you said
Right,
50 and she hit you with 25, you should have been like, no, I'm glad we had this discussion, but it seems like you're a cheapskate and you don't want what I have. You want something somebody else have. So go find that $25 person and let them do it.
Are
But
you
when
gonna
you
blow up
can't
a friendship
come
about
back to
that
me,
though?
hey, it's how am I blowing up a friendship? Because I don't want to do something at your price? That's
Give
fucked
someone
up.
else to recommend of like, hey, here's my price. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm the
How?
expert.
Every
Blah, blah,
person
blah.
I'm going to
If you don't want
recommend is
this,
going to be at my
you can
mindset.
you can pay this person who isn't me, your friend. I want you to look good, but here's my price. If not, you can pay this person and get this bullshit.
All right.
No, she need to find whoever she found that price with. Whoever she think that $25 price she came up with, she need to go get that person. Every person I'm going to have is going to be on the same level. I hope. I would pray.
What do you like? What if she finds someone to match that price of like, hey, you're my friend. You want this much. I found this person offering this much, and here's their example of work. What would you do?
I'd be like, go get him. I'd be like, oh, that's nice. I'm glad you found him. You won't give me his number because then I can give him to other people that be like, I want it cheaper. I'm like, I know
Hell
somebody
yeah.
that do it. I'm helping them out.
I do freelance work a lot over the last 7-ish years. Wow, been doing this a minute now. You get old very fast, people. Anyway, I've had a few friends approach me to be like, I want you to produce a podcast for me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of busy because I know that these situations happen and you could risk a friendship on the other side of it if things don't go well. Either like they're an asshole and you don't like working with them, or they think that I'm an asshole, which is usually the case. I'm not down with that. So I'm like,
Hold on, Raysean, does he think that we're assholes? Is that what he's
no,
saying?
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. I
Okay,
think other
okay,
people
okay,
think that
okay,
I'm an
okay,
asshole.
okay,
I'm a little bit,
okay.
especially when it comes to
I
podcast
was thinking the
production.
same thing, Sam.
Yeah, when it comes to podcast production, Raysean can attest to this. Our friends Hayden can attest to this. Jackson White can attest to this. I am brutally honest when I talk to creators about their content. And I think it has upset people. So I don't want to put myself in that situation on a regular basis with friends. So what I'll offer to do is give them like an hour consult basically for free because we're friends, right? And just like help them try to come up with the strategy or come up with a game plan to be able to execute on what they want to do. Give them some brief advice about what the structure looks like, how you might want to name your podcast, the type of equipment that you might need, where you can go find an editor because I'm not going to edit it for you. I'm busy, bitch. But here's where you can go find one. I feel like that's kind of a nice way to kind of avoid these situations, but that only comes from, experience. Sometimes you have to have a shitty friend or a shitty client who is your friend. You have to have that situation happen first before you determine to make that rule. So I typically won't work with friends on freelancing projects if I'm the one delivering the work. But on the flip side of that, I fucking go out and support my fucking freelancing friends all the time. People on this show, Artie, who coincidentally made all the art for this show, the cartoon versions of us, the logo. I went to him and I was like, hey man, this is my idea. I've had him do this for a few different podcasts, like even podcasts that I produce for other people. I'm like, this is what I need for the art, blah, 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 talking to them about it. But I always approach it with, I don't know if you're available or have the time to do this. I don't expect you to say yes, but I want to come to you first and offer it to you. And if he's available, he'll do it. We talk about a rate. And it's usually pretty good because you have to, like she said in the beginning of the post, again, like you have to set the expectation to the scope of work. If you go to your friend to have some freelance work done and you have this attitude of like, oh, we could change it later, right? Just pick it out. I don't care. No, motherfucker, make it easy for your friend. Give them all the information that they need to be able to make a good design or whatever it is they're doing for you. Otherwise, you're wasting their time and your own time, realistically. And what for? It's because you're being lazy and don't want to make a decision in the moment. So be decisive. I read this post and it reminded me of, I can't say names, obviously, but it's an author I used to work with on a podcast. And that
Dr.
person,
Seuss.
Yeah, definitely produced Dr. Seuss's podcast. It was cool. Dude rhymed all the time. But this person had some of their friends work for them in a lot of capacities for like web design or marketing or management or whatever the hell. They had kind of a blasé attitude sometimes in terms of firm direction and instruction, and it would cause resentment in the friends that they hired to do the work for them. They'd be like, I don't know what this person wants me to do for them. They won't really give me, a clear-cut instruction, but they expect results A, B, and C, even though they don't give a shit enough to give me some fucking direction. So I don't know. That was a whole lot of word vomit about my freelancing experiences. Don't work with friends if you can avoid it. If you do work with them, make sure that there's like a very good agreement, I guess, or expectations. Life's all about expectations, baby. Set that shit early.
I
Agreed.
agree with you.
Cool. I just talk so much, guys. Sorry.
You need that set contract because a lot of motherfuckers act like they don't remember shit. I thought you said you was gonna do this and that.
Yeah.
No, the fuck I didn't. I told you $25 I was making the picture. You want me to color it? You want me to outline it? Bitch, I ain't doing all that. The fuck? That's a whole lot of extra work.
Yeah, make sure shit is written. Yeah, for sure.
Written early on, and also know that you're the professional. Don't let the friendship come in of like, oh, but we're buds. Yeah, but like, people pay
and
you
this
to do X,
friendship
Y, and
will
Z.
end right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think work is worth losing friends over because
I do.
Because you are ready to fight
I make
people
X
and burn
amount
their house
dollars per hour for my work. I make $0 amount of dollars per
For
hour for being a friend. So, which one is more lucrative than the other?
Friendship don't pay my bills, man. Be like, call electric company. Hey, I got a friend. The fuck?
What's their social security number?
All right. Well, let us know. Have you had any kind of freelancing nightmares working with your friends down below in the comments? If you have, how do you approach these types of situations?
And don't forget to like.
Oh,
please.
Damn it. He did it again. And we're going to be talking some relationship advice tomorrow, all about getting canceled for a first date, which is hilarious because you didn't even get to the first date. She's already canceling on you. You don't think that's a red flag? You'd make a Reddit post about it? Jesus. We will talk with you tomorrow. Advice.
Don't let it hurt you, young king. Don't be a butt cheek. Bye.
Damn, did you just add a second line to the famous "Don't be a butt cheek"? It's "Don't let it hurt you, king. Don't be a butt cheek."
Oh, that was I was adding on to what you were saying.
No, I understand. Yeah. But I feel like that's advice that you could like just spread across the board. Like.